Because I can tell you that the present crop of judges who come from the service find it that it's a terrible nuisance for you to bother the government with all these suits. And therefore they're all frivolous and vexatious and should not be brought in the first place. So the old maxim now relives, but in different words. The king can do no wrong. It's now become the government can do no wrong. Sad, because you see the cases, I'm not talking about the cases I'm involved in, I'm talking about the cases other people have been involved in. And they're all very, very disappointed. But those of you who feel distressed, who feel disappointed, who feel frustrated, let me tell you an anecdote about what Raja Aziz told me. There's a case called Lokui Chung. We argued it in 1977. I was appearing for the second set of challenges. And we were going to argue that based on the dicta of Lord Morris in Bribery Commissioner against Rana Singh, an amending act, an act that amends the constitution, if it observes the procedure set out in Article 159, it is procedurally safe. In other words, it is procedurally valid. But it cannot offend Article 4.1, which is not an argument which Raja Aziz took because we reserved it for ourselves. So they said, Ali Hassan was chairing the bench. He said, well, we will hear the second set later. And so we dovetailed, waited, then they came out. Meanwhile, poor Ali Hassan passed away. Terrible tragedy, because he's such an independent judge. He passed away, and then Raja Azwan and Wan Sulaiman came out as the remaining judges. With our consent, they delivered judgment, because I thought they were going to say, well, no question, you lose your case, Sri Ram, we'll hear your case. They said, all the cases are dismissed. So I didn't even get a hearing. So I came downstairs, walking down the steps of the old Bailey. I told Raja Aziz, look through that window. If you look through that window, you know there's a grave, there's a graveyard there. It's a Muslim graveyard. I said, you will find a freshly dug grave, Raja Aziz said. You will find a freshly dug grave. And the headstone reads, here lies the Constitution of Malaysia, stabbed in the heart by Lord President Safian, Raja Azwan Shah, Wan Sulaiman, and others. And you know what he told me? Sri, you shouldn't say that. You should fight them back. Because I couldn't fight them back, I went onto the bench and rewrote everything they said. Because I hate this. You know, the other thing that Chang Mintat used to throw at us. Chang Mintat, you know, everybody celebrates Yusufi Abdul Qadir. He was one of the worst judges, most pro-executive. You can ask Gurdiyal Singh Nijam. We went before him in a case. And Gurdiyal said, look, we applied for this license from the OCPD and we didn't get it. You know what he said? Go and make friends with the OCPD. That was Yusufi. He was not a great, they call him a lion and all that. I don't know. I mean, our experience has been different. So Minta used to say, that this is not the place, you have to go to another place. Your remedy lies elsewhere. So I said, you must tell us where elsewhere is. Is it the guard at the Parliament House? Then we can go to him. If it is somewhere else, you must tell us where is somewhere else. But you can't say the remedy lies elsewhere and put a full stop. So that's, we face that. So there's nothing new for me. Yes. I can understand your frustration, but we've been through it last time in the 70s. Yeah. But I must tell you this, in fairness to the judges of the time, they were defending a government which was honest and which cared for the people. They were not defending kleptocrats.
Bye.